Hey, what's up, Shredders, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I got a very special board story for you. None other than Natas Kaupas. What can be said about Natas that hasn't been said already? A true pioneer of the street. Before I go any further, this episode is dedicated to my best friend, my late best friend, Big C, big dude. Rest in peace, brother, I miss you. This was his favorite skateboarder. He really tried to emulate Natas, and he had an impact on all of us. I mean, Natas Kaupas? It's cool to see this one. Man, 1984 he turned pro. That's insane to think about. The first skateboarder to ever have a pro shoe on 80's in '87. I mean, the guy was just groundbreaking. True pioneer on the handrail and the ollie in the street. Like, seeing some of the early footage really let us know what was possible in the streets. You know, Rodney Mullen gave us a hint with his flat ground ollie. It's insane. And my best friend Casey seriously took it to heart, and boy, he really shined. Casey ollied shopping carts on flat ground. It was the 1970s shopping carts, not the behemoths you see in the supermarkets today, you know what I'm saying? But like, it was like a regular size shopping cart on flat ground. Insane. Ollieing things that we didn't think were possible. And it really all started with Natas. I had an ankle injury, so Natas decided to kind of jump into some digital art, became a graphic designer, and the rest is history. But early Natas, man, such a huge impact on us, especially Casey. Casey legit wanted to be Natas. I mean, it was kind of, you know, a little parasocial, I guess, by today's standards, but it was healthy, man, because he really put it all into his skating, and it showed. And, you know, you could see the ollie prowess was like insane. 55-gallon drums on flat ground. We were just like, dude, what? It comes from Natas. That's really what inspired the whole thing for him to really work on his calves and do leg exercises. And man, he was the highest ollier in our town. So, hey, you take inspiration as it comes, and Natas was truly an inspiration.
Natas grew up in South Santa Monica, California, in the area known as Dogtown. During his early childhood in the 70s, Dogtown became famous for its good waves and aggressive locals who were pushing the limits of what was possible in the water, as well as on any paved terrain they could find. Surfing and skating were practically a given for anyone in the community, and Natas was no exception.
It wasn't until '88 that a skate shop came into my town. So really, it was just grainy photos in the back of Thrashers, you know, CCS, Skate Warehouse. Hey, and those guys are still around today, so that's pretty cool. But, you know, you just drool over all the boards. I really liked all the JFA boards, and Natas really spoke to me. And a lot of my friends too, because, you know, we were all street skaters. Man, just holding it in my hands, really kind of realizing it's quite astounding the things that Natas did on this board, man. It's really crazy. I feel really fortunate to have it. And I just wanted to say too that, you know, I have 13 boards hanging on my wall. Only one I rode, and that was a hand-me-down from a friend of mine, Jay, that my first skate mentor. And each of those boards, they do have a story. And, you know, if you're like me and you're older and you have skateboards on your wall, each of those skateboards probably represents a story as well. And that's important. And I just wanted to highlight that. And, you know, now I get the skateboard if I want it. Whereas before, when I was a kid, you know, I just didn't have it like that. You may have gotten a lot of product when you were a kid, you may have not. It doesn't matter. It still represents all those memories and all those feelings. They come rushing back. And when I think of Natas, I definitely think of my best friend Casey. When I got this board, I absolutely thought about Casey, for sure. And, you know, it got me to buy it, as a matter of fact. I dug Natas. We all did. But Casey, he really took it to the limit, man. In 1984, not much was happening street skating wise, and Natas came along and kind of blew the doors off it, dude. It was kind of crazy. So it was really rad to watch, super inspiring. He inspired a whole generation. And one of the most influential skateboarders of all time, I would say. You cannot forget the contribution of Natas, man. Like, he really just kind of broke the seal on early street skating and pioneered like professional shoe endorsements. You know, 80's, that was groundbreaking, and there was nothing like that at the time, and that was amazing for skateboarding. And to look where we're at now, he was definitely a trailblazer. I think it's cool. We got stories for days about the boards on our walls. Like, they all mean something. Natas really blazed the way. He really influenced my best friend Casey, and that's pretty much why I have it on my wall. And not to mention just street skating in general. Man, he really lit the way for us. Because seeing him ollie over trash cans and onto picnic tables was like, holy cow. It was like getting your mind blown. You're like, that's possible. And what do? You start going toward that, you know what I mean? And like, he made that so possible for all of us, and so sick. You can never be grateful enough for his contribution, and it's rad to look back on this. It's rad to talk about how influential he was on my friend Casey and all of us. And skateboarding is awesome. I love this kind of forum that we have here. We can discuss all the things in our childhood that really meant something to us, and being that we're Gen Xers, and that was really the last generation without, you know, cell phones, Instagram, and when you saw something from your favorite pro, chances are it was rare and you didn't see much for a long time, and you were blown away. Like, there's no longer that kind of magic anymore. And that feeling of like complete discovery, it's almost lost these days. But you know what? You can find that in pockets of your own skateboarding, and that's what I'm doing. Surprising yourself. Starting to skate again is awesome because you will surprise yourself, man, and you need that in your life. So whatever it is, the memorabilia, actually skateboarding, it's such magic. And I'm just so stoked, and I appreciate being able to share that here with you on YouTube. Thanks again for joining me on my skateboard stories. And until next time, keep shredding, and we'll see you again soon.
'Cause I got a fresh rhythm, y'all.